Okay, yesterday I have gave you one topic. Let me show the topic. Have anyone explored that topic? All right, now this is your first session. All right. So we usually do here practice. Sometimes you explore different resources. It is okay if it is your first time. I can provide you basic information if you don't know. Do you have basic idea about this stuff? Ma'am, can you unmute yourself? I
Assalamu
was
alaikum.
saying, can you tell me about how much you know about this test module?
Yes, I joined another session. I know about modules, speaking module, or writing, or listening, and also writing, I think.
I so you have basic idea how many parts in
Yes,
this module and like part one, part two, and part three.
yes.
All right. So okay, I have shared yesterday one topic to come up with ideas and then we can speak on it. Some people have difficulty to generate ideas, so that is the reason previous couple of days I shared topics to come up with ideas before speaking. It might help them to speak. And the topic was let me that was shared in the channel. So this was topic which I provided yesterday. Describe a place where you would like to learn about the culture. Like it can be any place like museum, theater, library, and then we can speak on this topic. Have you go through with this topic before, or should we can do here in this class? All right, we can do this in our class. Let's then which topic would you like to choose? Like we are exploring different ideas in the class. What do you think which topic we should choose? I think library is very easy. We can all describe. Can we choose museum and we can generate ideas here?
I didn't uh, prepare any topic, so I can't speak on these
No,
topics.
no, we are. We are going to prepare this topic in the class now. So then we will start our practice, right?
Okay.
So let's choose the topic. Like topic is describe a place where you would like to learn about the culture. So I think library is very easy topic. We can discuss about museum. Like we can generate idea for it.
Sure.
So let's see. They're asking about describe a place like culture library where we can discuss about library museum. So in your mind what we can mention here, like we're talking about a place, let's say we have chosen a museum, so in your opinion what we should mention here?
Sorry, can you repeat this?
Okay, I was saying let's say we have chosen a museum topic, right, and we're gathering thoughts and ideas so that we can speak on this topic. So let's say we are going to talk about one museum. So what do you suggest, and can you suggest any museum name which is in your mind and you know about it? Anyone, mm, anyone have any idea about this topic? Like we're going to talk about a place where we should like to learn about the culture, and their place is museum. So, ma'am, can you tell me? Do you have visited any museum before? Like, do you have real experience of visiting this museum? Any museum?
Islamabad Museum.
No, any museum. Have you ever have a experience of visiting any museum?
Yes, in school time, school trips, I visit Islamabad Museum.
All right. I think then you would be easy to describe. So let's say the name of museum is Islamabad, right? Is the name of this museum? Okay. Ma'am, can you tell me what you saw in that museum when you visited? Ma'am, can you recall some things that you had seen when you visited that museum? Ma'am, if you are saying something, your mic is muted. Hello, am I audible?
Sorry, ma'am, I don't know. Uh,
Okay, ma'am, you can just tell me what you saw when you visited that museum. This is not something should be factual. Like anything you saw in the museum, and can you recall some details? Anything which you remembered? Have you remembered what was in that museum when you visited? Hello. Ma'am, can you mention some details if you
in
have remembered?
museum, in museum, we can visit historical objects like aircrafts and
Historical objects like
artworks,
artwork. Yeah, good idea. Artwork and what other objects?
and also historical objects like documents, tools.
Tools, and what was the word before you speak tools?
Sorry,
What was the word before tool? Like tools, and what other things we can conclude, we can consider in historical objects?
instruments, or
Yeah,
physical storage systems.
means physical, physical. Okay, Ma'am Simba, could you add in this? Have you prepared? Have you gathered some ideas on this topic?
Sorry, ma'am, can you repeat the question?
I am saying, have you gathered thoughts about this topic which I
Yes,
have
ma'am.
shared?
Yes,
What
ma'am.
topic you choose, library, museum, or
Ma'am, I choose three places and I add the data from all three places like museum, theater, and ceremonies.
all right, it's a very good idea. And can you provide me like we're gathering thoughts for this topic? So can
Actually,
you provide?
ma'am, I read essay about the culture. So from that essay, I mix up some ideas from that essay and through some my own thoughts. So I prepare for that. answer.
Okay, it is not a big issue. If you are gathering an idea from any place, it is not difficult. So we're just gathering thoughts. Like, let's see, we are going to learn about the culture by visiting the museum place. So we can talk about there are different cultures like from Punjab, Sindh. We can say that they speak different language. They have different uh, way of uh, creating art, and we can talk about how the tools make. Every culture has different. Now we are saying, first of all, we're saying what are things which are usually kept in music. Can you give me some example, like we, ma'am Asya, talk about tools, instruments, artwork, and can you name me some more objects which we can see in museum if we go there? And even if you have not visited, like you have read somewhere, can't you mention?
Ma'am, traditional cloth and tools, pictures we can see on the museum, in the museum.
Yeah, that's a good
All
idea.
all these things remind us about our culture.
Yeah, there are a couple of things. So let's see some more on internet. What we can see in museum. Museums have vast collection of objects and exhibits ranging from art and historical artifacts to natural history, specimen and scientific displays. So we need certain examples so that we can add, because general overview we will, okay, we can talk about artifacts, and which are objects from the past that provide insight about, okay, artifacts, like these can be any objects which can provide me any information related to past cultures. Work of art, okay, we have already chosen artwork, as ma'am Asia mentioned. Historical exhibits, museum can feature exhibits that explore historical events, figures and societies using artifacts, documents. Okay, we can say that documents and visual stories, we can also use them. There are documents that,
Ma'am, that document we can see on the in the museum.
like, they have kept certain documents which talk about, because this is a building where they um, save all the historical information. So if they
Yes,
have kept documents, so they have the records what happened to this culture, why this culture like destroyed, what happened, why this civilization. So they have a records like to tell the stories.
yes, ma'am, that's a good idea also.
If there is a, even a library section, we can even talk about, there was a one library section in that museum. I think we need to make story, and we can say about that they have kept different books. So we are gathering ideas so that, because this topic is little bit difficult, might many people find difficult. So that's why I am discussing, because library is very easy topic. We can easily talk about, because we have seen so many libraries even in school. So we can talk about everything. But when it comes to this topic, we find difficult. So that is the reason we are collectively gathering thoughts. I would say everyone to make sure contribution and add something.
Ma'am, what you said?
I have said I would say everyone should make their contribution in this topic. In that way, we can gather thoughts in this topic.
Sorry for interrupting. I also mentioned physical objects. Uh, you asking about me what is physical objects? Physical objects means paintings, or and also decorative arts.
Yeah, it's a good decorative. We can say, yeah, such as decorative art. Any other example in physical objects? Okay, physical objects, decorative art. Let's see, we collect certain words so that we can easily describe, because this is a little bit hard topic and we need to collect ideas, enough ideas, so that we can just have few ones to describe. Museum showcase a wide variety of artifacts. Artworks we have already mentioned. History, okay, we can talk about history, like history story. I think this will come in documents as well part. Science, okay, they also talk about science. We can say that some scientific instruments also kept there when we talk about different instruments. So artificial,
Yes, ma'am. When I visited the museum, there is a huge, there is a large pendulum there, and the physics related uh, items kept.
like scientific ones, scientific equipments. By the way, equipment don't have plural form, so we can just say
Ma'am,
equipment.
vernier calipers like screw gauge of the old version of
So
these
we had
instruments.
mentioned scientific equipment. I think, ma'am, you already visited museum in real life. Then you have so many ideas. Can you mention what you saw when you went to that museum?
Ma'am, scientific instrument.
Uh, Ma'am, you mentioned that you have visited one museum in the past. So as you mentioned, you saw scientific instruments like screw gauge and whatever. So
Yes,
can you
yes.
mention any other examples which you have saw? Can you describe what you saw in that museum when you went there?
Ma'am, I mentioned that I see these in the scientific instrument.
Yes, apart from that, have you seen any other object in the museum?
Yes, ma'am. There are plenty of things there.
Can you name which you have saw?
Even a sample of the atom bomb also display there.
Yeah, that's a good atom bomb. Yeah, and what about other things which you have mentioned?
Ma'am,
Any other thing?
gained pendulum.
Okay, I think these were scientific equipment. We name them instruments like scientific equipment. So beyond scientific equipment, can you mention any other thing like we have mentioned artwork? Okay, can you talk about anything you saw? Like paintings are there, like documents are there depicting the previous culture. So clothes, clothes are there, and there are visual displays for different things like painting. So many people on the internet they are saying artifacts, but what we can involve in artifacts? Sculptures, paintings, like we can say sculptures are also there. I think now we can easily describe natural history, animal, okay, animal skeletons, plants, specimens. Okay, natural history. We can talk about natural history like animal skeletons. Okay, because in the museum we kept all those things which are not available, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And sometimes certain animals become extinct. So what we do, we kept
We can read about these in the documents.
no, they, let's see, we say if any one animal become extinct and they have the skeleton of that animal, or they might draw themselves, so they will put in a museum because certain animals were existing in the past but now they become extinct. So to tell about the to future generation, they will draw a skeleton of that animal and they will keep there. So we can even have natural history in the museum. So this was a no point for us. Have you anyone has question, or have you got anyone other can talk about any other thing?
Our
Artist
heroes sculpture also
heroes, yeah, those people who contributed. So we can say sculptures of heroes of specific nation. Okay, so I have searched about museum artifacts example. So what I have found, different stones like they are giving some less one museum artifacts. So that involve tool we have added object like let's see, they can be any tool to use. And what other thing we can see, I think tool, jewelry, any object can occur in this, and even bones, yeah, human modification. Okay, artifacts provide stone, jewelry, pottery, so we can say different utensils are there. So tools, objects like tools, we can say jewelry items. And what other we can say plant. So I hope so we have now enough idea to describe about these things. Anyone has any addition to this in question?
Ma'am, attending the religious ceremonies also convey message about our culture.
Okay, we can say uh, religious documents.
Okay.
We can say that documents that depict, like we can say religious books that depicting about documents slash book. So we can also talk about this. Okay, you can say pottery pots are the ceramic vessel used for storage, cooking. Okay, pottery means anything which comes like for in the cooking, like different utensils and everything, crockery, tools like hammers. We can also, okay, one idea, we also have weapons in the museums. They kept there. Which one? Like if we talk about sword, it was used in the past, but now it is not available. So what will happen? Weapons are also kept in the museum. Like nowadays, there are different ways of fighting, using different equipment for fighting. While in the past, these were not available, like guns and pistol. They used sword. If we go back to early ages, so I would see now we have bones that have been modified, such as those used to create tools. Okay, other objects. Oh, okay. Coins, stamps, diaries, kitchen items, literature. So these are also kept in the museum. We can find coins because coins we have seen even in Pakistan, many coins are not available now. Like certain coins have been gone, and even certain rupees. So money is also can stamps, diaries. People have diaries like those who have died. So I think we all have nowadays so many ideas. I think now we can easily talk about.
Yes, ma'am.
I think it was a good way to collect ideas because this is the most difficult topic, and many people find issue in this topic. And I hope so now we will find this topic easy from now onwards. And we also need to talk about theater because theater is not much common topic. So let's see, we can talk about when we will start this topic, like what we will say, like which building you have visited, like what things were there. We can describe about what was our experience, which we describe at the end of our story. So in initially, what we will say, we will name the building. We will talk about where it was, how much. Okay, if you have collected these idea, what we will say, the name of that museum was XYZ, and it was in this city. It has following objects, and I enjoyed visiting. When we say like this, we will run out of time. Like we will not get ideas because we will able to finish these words within just few seconds. And what will happen? We will not be able to complete our answer for one, and at least 30 seconds are good. Although they mentioned 1 to 2 minutes, but we should at least speak for about 1 minute and 30 seconds. So what we will do, we need to make a story. First, we talk about one day I planned one trip to museum. Like I plan make a to spend my holidays by visiting museums, and I went there with family members. We traveled through this mode of transport. The building name was this. It was located at the top of mountains in the capital city, and I you need to reach. I traveled 1 hour drive to reach that destination. So we'll make a little bit description about that so that we can have enough ideas so we don't run out of ideas. So when we talk about, it will take few seconds, 10 to 15. So when we come with those ideas, then we will move step by step next person. So when you enter Varshusa, how was the building like? How the building looks? How exterior walls were? What was inside that building? How they were decorated? Then we can talk about what in that building, like which items, like they have so many things, historical objects that were depicting, like when we say weapons, we will say that these were used in the past but now they are not used due to latest ones and addition of technology, and they are more efficient and better, so they have been replaced. Then we talk about documents. We have found one library section in that museum, and we found there were plenty of books and documents which were describing about different way of living and what language they have spoken. All the language are kept there, like you can learn those language. There are plenty of books. You can find documents, um, uh, the way they were worshipping at that time, like what the way they have adapted, how they what were their religious ceremonies they have offered, so we can say like that. And when we talk about, so we will talk about something, we can say like in my country certain coins are not used nowadays, but they were used in the past, so now they have been kept in the museum. So I also see that traditional clothes which were popular in certain cultures and that were available, but now they are not available because these clothes are not worn by different people, so they have been kept in the museum. So when we will, and we can talk about artwork because it is easy. We can discuss about those people who are very popular or famous artists, and their pieces, their masterpieces of their work has been saved there for future generations. So we can use future generations were to describe about why we build museum. So then we can say there were so many cultures there. These are the words which we can use in different contexts, but now because we're more talking about the culture, so we can discuss about their cultures, how we can learn about, we can bring the combination of IB and different things. And then we can talk about document and visual display and history. So these are so many things we can describe about. So anyone has any addition or any question now, or should we start practice for this topic now, because we have gathered a lot of ideas.
Yes, ma'am. We can start.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. We can start.
All right. Anyone has question? You may ask. Otherwise, we can start our practice.
Ma'am, sometimes I'm confused about the tense usage of tenses. So, what you recommend me?
Okay. First of all, if you have problem while understanding the sentence, like you make a problem in tenses, then you should go through and speak consciously. There are certain reasons. Some people make a mistake of converting past form words into the present while talking about the past story. Is this a mistake, or you have grammatical errors in terms of tenses?
Ma'am, grammatical error. Sorry, I can't get you.
So, can you explain your problem more? Like, do you make grammatical mistake, or like you are making mistake in tenses of not using accurate form of verb like that?
Ma'am, sometime when the past present perfect tense and past perfect tense, in these tenses was confused, and I don't know where to use accurately,
Okay,
and
one is present perfect and one is past perfect, right?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, one is for present and one is for past, but there is if I say simple line to explain you, most of the time we use these tenses when we show the possession. I have various collections of objects which are kept in a museum, so I am showing my possession. So usually we use this sentence when we have when we're talking about possessions things. So you can say that we use this when we talk about possession. And if you are talking about same possession in the past, you can say I had some coins in the past, but I donated to museum to preserve for future generation. So you can see the difference between both now.
Yes, ma'am. And ma'am,
So
what about has been or have been? Has been or have been?
okay, before me, anyone who would like to add before my addition? Anyone who would like to explain to ma'am question? Anyone want to make any addition? Okay, ma'am. One thing is that you are confused when to use. You are not confused like you don't have problem with sentence structures. You have problem with the sentence use, like when to use. So one way is to learn about the tense structures, and second way is sentence uses. So when you will search about past perfect uses on the internet, you need to search about these terms. What is the uses of this sentence? Like how we can talk about one. I have to talk about possession. One is that action that has been finished, like completed before another action. This is also one uses, but it leads to the complex. So when you will learn about this thing, you will get. If I talk about perfect continuous, this is associated with time. Like I, she has been working for last 3 days. She has not slept for the last 3 nights. So this sentence is associated with time. When you are using been, you need to use the time. This is a simple way I have explained you. But you still search about the usage of sentences.
Ma'am, I have said that already, but when I speak, then I am little confused that which tense I should put, and we need to speak fluently. So, in hurry, I confused about the tense usage, and that's the problem with me.
Anyone who would like to give any suggestion to ma'am? Okay, anyone? Ma'am, I would suggest when you are speaking, if you are confused between the word, take that sentence and ask with ChatGPT like which sentence is better and what I use. I hope so this will help you and why.
Yes, ma'am, I tried that also. Maybe with practice, I will be better.
Okay, can you provide me example of your answer, like any example, like when you were confused and you were not sure what to use?
Ma'am, when I practice something, then it happened to me. Recently, I have not in, in my
Oh,
mind yet.
oh, all right. Whenever next time happen during the practice class, let me know. Then I will be able to understand what issue occurred and why this occurred.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, when I speak here, please notice my that problem also. Okay.
All right. So let's start our practice. I think we have spent a lot of time. I hope so. From today onwards, those who attended the session will not find any difficulty to describe about museum topic. I hope so. I'm expecting from all of you. So who would like to give the answer first?
Ma'am, I will give you
All
the
right, you can go. Okay, I would say everyone should please find out ma'am mistakes as she mentioned grammatical as well as in the context of tenses so that we all can provide her feedback and she can improve.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. I would like to describe different places that I would like to visit and learn about my culture. The one of them is the museum. The museum is the place where we can see the different old picture, cloth, and tools, scientific tools, and any traditional tool we can see there. And these tools remind us about our culture, that how our culture has evolved. And when I went there, I and one time I had a chance to visit there, and I had seen different things there, and that actually remind me about my culture and tradition in very effective way. Well, another place I would like to go is the theater. Theater is the mix of music, art, and stories, and the visual and linguistic message that these media represent is effective, and and it is very helpful for us to it is very helpful place for us to learn about our culture. The other place I would like to visit is the ceremonies where uh, people wear different traditional costumes, and these costumes remind us about our culture, and these ceremonies themselves also convey the strong message and uh, strong message about our culture. I think all these places help us to learn about our culture. Ma'am,
All right.
that's all.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. I think you are trying your best. And I didn't notice grammatical much mistake except one or two times. And then last time you said this convey because this is singular, so it should be conveys because it is in terms of tenses. So subject verb like agreement mistake. Like if subject is singular, we use s, and if it is plural, we don't do. So I think you said this convey, and it should be this convey. So and in one time you use I had a chance. So it was very correct use of past perfect. You used very correctly. I had a chance. So you're talking about your possession, like you got the chance. So I had a chance. So it was correct uses of past perfect when you described. Okay, one thing I want to say, they mention in the question like choose one culture, but they didn't mention you choose all about. Overall, there were some flavors, but it is your beginning level. I would say try to show confidence because I saw this is lacking while you are speaking and this depicts from your sound. You are okay to I have noticed you are okay to convey your ideas, but one thing which you are lacking about description and this is, as I mentioned before, you need to become more descriptive. Like, where was that location? How long? How you made a plan? Then when you reach, and then describe about your first paragraph should be introduction, and these things. Your last paragraph was your feeling and everything, what you learned, and middle paragraph will be about that place. So, if you are organizing your story in that way, it will be help us to gather a lot of. You don't need to worry about a lot of information because you will able to describe the locations. One thing I have noticed, you describe all these things. you need to choose just one. Describe a place. You don't need to describe about one. Either you choose museum, either you choose theater, either you choose library. So it is on you. And I would say choose the one which you have a lot of ideas and you can easily describe. So you describe all those, but don't go for this. Go for it and make a more description. Like you are in one way you said, uh, like I see different. One thing you see things which remind me. You can say I have saw objects like I read different historical documents and histories which told me about the our ancestral efforts which they have made for getting like whatever the independence or whatever. So you can talk about this and you can use a variety of collections such as tools, jewelry, documents, weapons, coins. So you say this is a collocation phrase means you are using words together variety. A variety of collections is a good phrase such as and then you can describe about. Otherwise, if you will maintain your practice and try to focus one area at a time, like first you focus on speaking, converting your ideas and becoming fluent, then focus on like expanding your ideas and focus on so one thing. If you go like if you yeah, you can work on one or two things, but if you will go all of these things, you will become confused and you will not be able to correct any of one. Don't focus all of criteria at the one go. Anyone has suggestion for ma'am? And ma'am, if you have person,
Thank you so much, ma'am. Your idea will be very grateful for me. Ma'am, actually, our question is what place you would like to visit. So it's not we have to talk about in future we would what places we would like to visit, not about in the past that we had visit and all this.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
in that case, I am so confused.
yeah, yeah. Here they ask which you they ask describe a place where you learn about the culture. So we can take any place. They are not asking about the past or think a place that fascinates you culturally, maybe a historic museum, a unique library, or traditional theater. Sure, what you like, where you had like to go there, what kind of culture you aspire to learn. So they're asking any place where you would like to go to learn about culture. So we can talk about museum because museum have rich collection of information about cultures, right?
Yes, ma'am.
This is one. We can go the
Is it,
library.
ma'am? Is it correct approach to talk about our visit of the museum in this question?
No,
Like,
no, no. Don't talk about. You can mention that I would like to visit that museum in the near future. They are not asking you describe your visit. Is what
yes,
you will. This is a trick. What will you will do? I let's say you have visited a museum and you have seen a lot of collections, information about culture. So what you will say? Convert those past ideas in the future term. Like say, when I will visit that place, I will be like you. Let's say you have the experience of meeting people from different backgrounds. Okay,
okay, ma'am.
this was your experience when you visited. Now you're going to describe about a place to learn about the culture in the near future. So what would say when I will go there, I will get a chance to meet from different cultures who will speak different language, and this will help me to learn about their traditions and customs. And these people will also help me to provide information about their language and resources and how I can learn those. So convert that past information into that context, but don't talk about your visa. You will be irrelevant to the person.
Okay, ma'am.
Anyone has question or anything you want to add?
Okay, I have few suggestions for Ma'am Sumbul Fatma. First of all, I would appreciate your response, the way you respond the question and the way you talk. Second thing, I did notice that you are continuously using and. So instead of using any kind of and, you can add moreover, furthermore, additionally, and in my opinion, is in real fact that in the fact that so you can describe other examples like this. And uh, additionally, I would suggest you to continue whatever comes in your mind. It doesn't matter at that time if you are not connecting the words or ideas relevant to the topic. It doesn't matter. It is at initial level you have to just articulate the or communicate as your mind suggesting you. After that, you have to listen your recording and see where you are lacking by you are repeating the same words continuously, and how can you improve them. So these are the few suggestions that I notice, and from grammatical perspective, you are good to go. But now you have to arrange your some lexical resources and uh, do practice as much as you can. So thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir, for providing suggestion. I want to add one thing, like which is not right here. We have a lot of um, we have a lot of linking devices, but speaking is informal, and we can't use formal phrases in here. Like furthermore, moreover, addition, these are three phrases are formal linking devices, and in speaking these are not good to use. We need to use also. Plus on top of that, these are the phrases which are good to use in response to these, because moreover, furthermore, and in addition, all of three are formal phrases, and these are not good to use in speaking because it is informal. So what we can use in speaking also, plus instead of that, on top of that, I think I would make a lecture in. I think I can give the basic idea. I think I didn't deliver this lecture in any past class. Like okay, I can discuss about in upcoming class Monday, so that people will learn which are the formal phrases we need to use and which are not. I will get basic information. It will help you. So make sure it is informal. So when we will use informal phrases, is provide us a nature, because such phrases are not used. So some are neutral phrases, so we can use. I would I think I will discuss these things in the upcoming Monday class, so that you can know about which are formal phrases. Many people giving so many. You can use these phrases, but make sure you are using formal, informal linking devices instead of formal ones.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
We can discuss in the upcoming class. Okay, anyone who would like to add, who would like to speak on this topic? Okay. Okay, I can then speak if rest of participants are not willing. So I would say you can also notice because we're going to the Skype about in this question context. So we're not going to talk about entirely museum. So I will talk about in that context. So you can just hear me, because I have not prepared much in advance, because I want to speak on the spot, so that I have information to speak on unknown topics. By the way, usually I made notes for 1 minute. Today I have not made it, so I think let's see we involve using topic in this context. Okay, I would speak, and I would say you all noticed and observed my speaking and provide me feedback. So I'm going to talk about Islamabad Museum, which is in the capital city and 1 hour drive from my home. It is located on the top of the mountain, so you have a bird eye view of that city. I would like to visit that place in the near future to learn about different cultures, because it is um, it has diversity in terms of cultures, traditions, and languages. People usually visit that place from different parts of the world of my country. The main reason is that in my country, there are 4 different provinces, and every one has different language as well as culture. So all of people would like to visit that place, and there are a crowd of people and tourists who go there every month. That is the reason I would like to visit that place, and I want to meet all those people from diverse cultures so that I can know about their traditions and cultures, like how they live, how they behave in their societies, what type of clothes they wear, what ceremonies and festivals are common in there, and what religion they follow, what language they are speaking. I have very interest to learn different provinces language, so that I think when I will go there, they can taught me about those language. So it will be a very fascinating experience for me. And I think so. It is the best place to learn about all these things, and it will provide me a real experience instead of learning from through online resources. I'm planning to make my this visit along with my family members so that I don't feel bored while during my visit, and I hope so. It will be my one of the most best experience in that museum when I will go there.
Very great, ma'am. Your response is so impressive. You sum up your idea in very great way.
Okay, I think you are some new people. Sometimes are good to uh, talk about your clarity, because some people become habitual, so they can't tell us that our pronunciation is clear, because when we become habitual we can easily understand what they are saying. But if you give your test to different people as you recently joined, so can you tell me my all words were clear to you?
Yes, ma'am. In that question, my total concentration is on your answer, so I can hear all your words clearly.
And what about fluency and filler words?
It's great. Fluency is okay, good to go. Filler words, you don't. I don't think you use too much filler words. Some are. Uh, these little words are good to go. So you don't use so many filler words, so it's okay if you use a minor filler word.
Okay, they were at certain times, but not like they were occasionally, but I need to remove it, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Ma'am, also, ma'am, do you have anything further to say?
Yes, ma'am, you speak very well. Cons- uh, I can understand your all sentences, all words. Um, you explained very well.
Okay, what about coherence? Like my stories in coherence, like logical. I think I made a paragraphic structure. Like, what about coherence? Is that was it good? Like my ideas were connected.
Yes, ma'am, your ideas are well connected. Even it's like a story, and we listen it very carefully.
All right, and any
You
grammatical.
develop a, ma'am, you develop a great story actually.